In this video I'll be explaining how to remove and oil the heater motor on a Mercedes W126. This particular car was a 560 SEC from 1989, but the same will apply to most of the models. The first thing we need to do, since we're going to be working on the electrics, is to disconnect the battery. Then, with the battery disconnected, open the glove box and prise out the glove box light. There's a 2-pin electrical connector on the back. You'll need to remove this, and then around the edge of the glove box on the inside there are 7 retaining inserts. These can be removed with the trim removal tool. When those have been removed, the glove box can be pulled out from the car. With the glove box out the way, if you look on the left hand side you'll see a round fan. This is a sample fan for sampling the internal air to measure the temperature. This needs to be removed from its clip. There's a carpet covered trim piece underneath the glove box. This is held in place with 3 long screws and a couple of other fixings. These need to be removed so that carpet covered trim piece can be taken out. With that removed, also remove the lower black plastic trim piece which sits underneath the blower motor, which can be seen in the middle of this photo. There's a 2-pin electrical connector at the front right hand side of the motor housing. Remove this, then remove the screws attaching the housing to the car, and also remove the 2 small metal clips which are at the back of the motor housing. With the fixings removed, the cover can be taken off. Inside the cover there are 2 electrical connections which go to the motor. Remove both of these. Don't worry about keeping track of which one goes where because they're different, so you can't get them wrong. Undo the 3 screws which hold the motor in place. These are a little awkward to get at. The motor can now be removed from the car. On the back of the motor assembly is a screw. Undo this to remove the motor from the casing. The washer on the rear of the motor housing can also be removed. You'll have to prise this off with a screwdriver, and there are 2 washers underneath. This is about as far as we can easily disassemble the motor and the fan assembly. So at this stage we can get in and clean the blades of the fan. I used IPA to clean this, and we can also get in to clean and lubricate the bearings. Access isn't fantastic though. After cleaning the fan blades, I lubricated the bearings as best I could with a small amount of 3-in-1 oil. You can test the motor using a 12-volt battery or large power supply. Reassembly is just the reverse of the previous process. The only thing to be very careful of when putting it back together is when putting the front lower trim piece in place, the one which has the carpet on it, make sure that the pipe at the back goes into the heater outlet. So you have to thread that on first before you put the carpet in place. This can be checked through the glove box opening.